What is going on, everybody? My name is the California Cougar, and today I'm going to be going over my top 15 worst movies of 2016. Now, 2016 has been a pretty polarizing year. There have been a lot of good movies. However, there have been a lot of bad movies, and I mean really bad movies this year. I have not given so many Fs in one year. It's pretty crazy. Of my top 15 movies, 14 of them I gave Fs to. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into my 22 dishonorable mentions. And yes, that's 37 films that I'm going over here. So yeah, let's get into the dishonorable mentions. Nocturnal Animals, 999, Bad Santa 2, Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, Middle School, The Worst Years of My Life, Ouija, Origin of Evil, The Girl on the Train, The Fifth Wave, The Angry Birds Movie, The Huntsman, Winter's War, Blair Witch, Inferno, The Witch, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Out of the Shadows, The Forest, Collateral Beauty, Assassin's Creed, Why Him, Independence Day Resurgence, Gods of Egypt, Zoolander 2, and finally, the movie that just barely missed out on my top 15 worst list, Office Christmas Party. Alright, so that's it for the dishonorable mentions. Now let's get into the actual list. Coming in at number 15 is a remake that came out during the summer. I was initially kind of excited for it because I thought, all-female cast, this could be something intriguing. But then, once I saw the trailers, it was all downhill from there. My number 15 is the remake of Ghostbusters. Alright, so, yeah. This really wasn't that good of a movie. I didn't like it, at least. It has a 73% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which still baffles me to this day. But yes, you have really, really annoying characters. Even though Leslie Jones was like the one redeeming thing about this movie, all the other characters were really annoying, especially Kate McKinnon. Oh my gosh. But yeah, Chris Hemsworth, he's obnoxious in this movie as well. Melissa McCarthy's bad. This movie just had no like charisma or life to it, I guess you could say. It's not like Bill Murray back in the 80s when the original came out. Now, this wasn't necessarily an insult to the original, I would call it. I would say it's just disappointing. It's a really disappointing remake. I was hoping for something good out of this all-female cast. And no, I'm not being sexist. I liked the idea of an all-female cast. It just was not executed very well at all. So, for those reasons, Ghostbusters is my number 15. Coming in at number 14 is another movie that actually got surprisingly decent reviews. And it's another movie that came out in the summer, only a couple weeks after Ghostbusters, actually. But yeah, I really don't know why it got such decent praise. And yeah, it's Bad Moms. I hated this movie. It was so irritating, so obnoxious. Like, if you don't like being a mom, why have a kid? It's that simple. Just don't have a kid. These moms are so unrealistic in this movie, and it's just so stupid. It's one of the stupidest movies I've seen in a really long time. The grocery store scene with so much slow motion. Wow. Overall, Bad Moms, just not a very fun experience. My girlfriend liked it. More power to her. I really didn't. Bad Moms is my number 14. Alright, coming in at number 13 is an action film, which might be surprising because usually I love action films, especially summer action films. This one came out toward the end of the summer movie season. But it was just so choppy and so all over the place. My number 13 is Mechanic Resurrection. Wow, what a crazy, just over-the-top CGI, green screen atrocity, whatever you want to call this movie. It's ridiculous. I mean, it is kind of hilarious at times, especially toward the end with like a scene that takes place on a boat and then there's an explosion inside a hot tub. And then there's another huge explosion that's so obviously green screen. Like, it's so bad that it belongs on the Sci-Fi Channel, not in theaters. Like, I don't know how this got a theatrical release, to be honest. Jason Statham, yeah, he's pretty cool to watch. He's pretty fun. But that doesn't make up for the fact that this movie was just so all over the place. And Tommy Lee Jones, you have a big name actor like Tommy Lee Jones, and yet he's only in the movie for 5 minutes. And he doesn't even show up until the 73-minute mark. There's your problem right there. Yeah, this movie was just a mess. That's why it's my number 13. Coming in at number 12 is quite possibly the worst animated film I've seen in years. Definitely the worst one of the decade for sure. Blue Sky, just stop with these movies already. We don't need a sixth one. The first one was good. And then it just got worse from there. Now we're at the fifth one. Ice Age Collision Course. Why? Why did we get this sequel? The fourth one was bad enough, wasn't it? I guess not. I guess it made so much money that it just had to get a sequel. And based on how much money the fifth one got, it didn't do nearly as well as the other four, but it still made a lot of money. So yeah, we're probably going to get another sequel. More unfunny characters. Adam Devine just... Bro dad, shut up. You are obnoxious. And the Shangri-Lama, another annoying character. Scrat's not funny in this movie anymore. He was the best part about the other movies. What happened to him in this movie? Oh, that's right. He's just as annoying and obnoxious as all the other characters. And that stupid story. Don't even get me started. And, oh my god, the ending. The ending. It's just so unrealistic. So unbelievably stupid. Just, wow. Wow. You do not care for it whatsoever. That's why Ice Age Collision Course is my number 12. Alright, coming in at number 11 is a movie that stars an actor that's actually going to be making 2 appearances on this list. Yay! Congratulations! Not really. But the first of his movies, Zach Galifianakis, he stars in 2 bad movies. The first one is Keeping Up with the Joneses. What a pile of garbage this was. And it's from the director of Superbad, of all people. How can you mess that up? Oh, that's right. Let's make some unfunny, over-the-top humor and make some really stupid scenes with stupid characters. Yeah, I really don't need to say anything more about this movie. It's over the top. It's obnoxious like a lot of the other movies on this list. That's why Keeping Up with the Joneses is my number 11. Alright, coming in at number 10. This one might surprise some people because a lot of people thought this wasn't that bad of a movie. But I was so pissed off at it. Or you have Ghostbusters, which isn't necessarily an insult to the original. This movie is a remake that is an insult to the original. Yeah, I'm talking about BenHur. Why? Why did we have to recreate this movie again? The 1959 version, which is the best version of BenHur, was a remake in its own right. I mean, you had like a 1925 movie, and then you have the 1959 version, which is a classic, and it is a spectacle. And then you have this movie, which is bland, boring, dull, and all over the place. The boat scene and the chariot race scene, crazy shaky cam, cinematography is just all over the place. The editing's really choppy. Aside from Toby Kebbell and Jack Houston, there really isn't anything to this movie. And my, is this movie boring. I almost fell asleep a few times throughout this movie. And the ending. Don't get me started. Oh my gosh. That is where the movie becomes an insult to the original. Because it just kills everything that the original stands for, basically. And everything that the rest of this movie stands for, too. as if it weren't bad enough, it had to put that ending in there. And that's really what got this movie on this list, is that ending. Otherwise, it probably would have been a dishonorable mention still, but it wouldn't have been on the list. Yeah, that's why BenHur is my number 10. Coming in at number 9. Thank goodness this guy has finally shut down his production company. Because his movies are garbage. His movies are garbage. And this is his last film. It's a romance film. Why? What the hell? What even? Nicholas Sparks, you suck. Just stop. Actually, he is stopping. Thank you for stopping making your movies because they suck. This one's no exception. The choice is really stupid, really, really bad, and just downright depressing and disturbing. And Teresa Palmer, why? You're better than this. Alexandra Daddario, you're better than this too. At least I think you are. And oh my God, Benjamin Walker. What was he doing? What was he doing? His character was obnoxious. He really was. And the third act, don't even get me started on that. As if the first two acts weren't bad enough, this just buries it 100 feet into the ground. For those reasons, yeah, Choice is my number 9. Alright, coming in at number 8. Zach Galifianakis makes his second appearance on this list. Good for you, Zach Galifianakis. And Kristen Wiig, she also makes her second appearance on this list in the movie Masterminds. What a stupid movie. What a really stupid movie. Kristen Wiig, you're funnier than this. You really are. And same with you, Zach Galifianakis. You were in The Hangover, for goodness sake. What were you doing here? And there's one scene in this movie. It involves a swimming pool. Ugh. Just no. 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 We really don't need movies like this. These stupid comedy gimmick movies. And this is based off a true story? Give me a break. Kate McKinnon, you're not funny either. Shut up, okay? Shut up. That's why Masterminds is my number 8. Coming in at number 7. Oh man, we're starting to get to the movies high up on my list, and that actually happened to me while I was watching this movie. I'm not even kidding. I fell asleep in a movie theater with speakers playing, and they're not very quiet. It's pretty loud. And yet, I still managed to fall asleep during Allegiant. Shailene Woodley, you suck. You can't act. I'm sorry. Just stop. You're not good. As you can see, I have kind of a vendetta against Shailene Woodley. I can't stand her as an actress. She is so pretentious in all of her movies, and there's always at least one scene where she's crying, and it's so stupid. It's so obnoxious. She's always crying or screaming or whatever. She does that in this movie. What do you know? But really, the biggest problem with this movie is it's so boring. It is so boring. Like I said, I fell asleep in the theater like around 55 minutes into the movie. And if I didn't have friends there with me to wake me up, I probably would have been asleep throughout the rest of the movie. And possibly even after the movie ended, a movie employee would have had to walk into the theater and wake me up. That's how boring this movie was. It was so lifeless. I thought it was never going to end. Allegiant's my number 7. Moving on. Coming in at number 6. It wouldn't be a worse list without this actor, Tyler Perry. Yep, he made another one of these movies. This time, it's Halloween. Yeah, boo, a Medea Halloween. It's terrible. It's the same old arguing. Ugh. It's like, just shut up, Tyler Perry. Shut up. Stop making these stupid movies. Make movies like Gone Girl. Star movies like that. Not Medea. Just put Medea to rest. They're not good. They're not funny. And they're obnoxious. Just stop. For goodness sakes, stop with these movies. I can't really say much else about it. There's 2 scenes in the movie that are redeemable. Other than that, this movie's just like the rest of the Medea movies. It's just constant arguing, stupid scenes where they try and make us feel sorry for some of these characters. No more Medea movies. That's it. Moving on. Number 5. Oh my god. Now we're really starting to get into the really big stink piles. Again, this one, I consider this the worst film series of all time. The first one was awful. The second one was awful. The Purge election year wasn't any better. It's the same old shaky cam, jump scare galore, gunfire, crazy CGI, flashy visual effect nonsense that we get in all these stupid Purge movies. Every single time. It's, oh my gosh, it makes no sense whatsoever. The fact that these movies get made, let's kill people for a night. That sounds like a fun idea. Alright, sorry about that, guys. My camera decided to suck and turn off on me automatically. So, yeah. Where were we? Oh, yeah, that's right. We were talking about this movie and how it makes no sense whatsoever. I want my candy bar! I don't think anything more needs to be said about this movie and how horrible this whole series is. Alright, moving on. My number 4. This movie was very lucky to not get a 0 from me. Very lucky. And the only reason I didn't give it a 0 is because of Morris Chestnut. Yeah, last year we had The Perfect Guy. This year we have When the Bough Breaks. Yeah. Another stalker film. Another generic, stupid stalker film. It's the same stuff that we see in every one of these movies. It's the same old Lifetime Channel crap. Why do we still get them? I don't know. Stop making these movies. They're not good. And that twist. Oh my god. That was just the biggest middle finger to the audience. Wow. Yeah. I don't want to talk about this movie anymore. Alright, moving on. Number 3. Now we're getting right down to it. It's my 3 big zeros. The 3 zeros I gave this year. The first one is from the director of Men in Black, of all people. And it stars Kevin Spacey as a cat. Yeah. 9 Lives. Kevin Spacey as a cat. It's the Shaggy Dog, but with cats. It's like someone just went to, Barry saw a film and was like, hey, do you want to make, have you heard of the movie called The Shaggy Dog? Yeah, I thought it sucked, didn't it? Well, not really. Hey, do you want to make a movie based on, that's a complete and total ripoff of The Shaggy Dog, but with cats? Sure, let's do it. What are we going to call it? Let's call it 9 Lives, because cats have 9 lives. And apparently in this movie they do, because I kid you not, there is a suicide attempt toward the end of the movie, but the cat lives because it's a cat and he has 9 lives. Need I say more? And the amount of cat abuse in this movie. Like, you have people tasing cats, you have suicide. It's just an insult to cat owners is what this movie is. Like, oh, we're gonna we're going to put this cat, we're going to let it loose in the house instead of putting it in one room. And then we're going to put the food right next to the litter box so that the cat's going to do this and get all the litter and the food, and it's going to go all over the place. It's an insult to cat owners. It's an insult to cat owners. I hate this movie. This movie is so stupid. Oh my gosh. I'm going insane. Yeah. Nine Lives is my number 3. Moving on. Alright, my number 2. I hate this guy. I hate this guy. I hate this guy. I hate this guy. This is one of the most overrated directors of a film I think I've ever seen. My number 2. Nicholas Winding Refn, go to hell, please. Go to hell. Don't ever come back. Because the things you do in your movies are just atrocious, vile, disturbing, unnecessary, pathetic. It's the same gimmick you see in all his stupid movies. I can't stand the guy. I think he's one of the most overrated directors out there. He made Drive, which is a pretentious art house type of Fast and Furious ripoff. You have Only God Forgives, an over-the-top, violent, nonsensical film. And then you have The Neon Demon. Yeah, let's cast Elle Fanning in this movie, and we'll just make her talk like this, in this monotonic robot voice that shows absolutely no emotion whatsoever. Because that's good in a movie, right? I'm losing my mind here. Yeah, Elle Fanning, I don't know what the hell she was doing in this movie. She deserves so much better. She really does. And, oh my god. Keanu Reeves. Dude. I don't even know what to say. You better pray John Wick Chapter 2 is good, because if not, your career just might be down the drain at this point. Yeah, and this has one of the most disturbing endings I think I've ever seen in a movie. It's hands down my worst ending of the year. It involves cannibalism. I'm just going to leave it at that. I did a 1,300 word rant on this movie. I don't really need to say anything else. Alright, number 1. This is it. The worst movie of 2016. I saw this back in January, and I knew that nothing was going to top this. Nothing was going to top this. My number 1, without question, I'm not even going to say its name. This movie does not deserve to have its name spoken. Robert De Niro. What the hell were you doing? You once had an excellent career. And then you make this garbage? Give me a break. The fuzzy bee scene, oh my god. Just... I swear, during that scene, I got up out of my seat, I walked to the side, I walked down the stairs, and into the tunnel. I was waiting by the door of the theater for a little bit, contemplating whether or not I should walk out of this thing or stick it out. I decided to stick it out, and I regret it to this day. I regret it to this day, because this is the second worst movie of the decade. Only Jack and Jill is ahead of it. Zac Efron's terrible, and Zoe Dutch is terrible. Who else is in this stupid movie? You have... yeah, Zac Efron was just... Aubrey Plaza. Aubrey Plaza! What were you doing? And the drug dealer... kill me. Just kill me. So yeah, to everyone involved with Dirty Grandpa, here's what I have to say to you. Right there. Right there. Dirty Grandpa is my number one. Nothing was topping it. I don't think anything else is going to top it in 2017. That's it. So there you have it, my top 15 worst movies of 2016. And in case you don't already know, I'm still pissed because I had to talk about these stupid movies. But yeah, it's over now. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to check out my top 10, or no, not top 10, top 15 best movies of 2016. That'll be coming to you within the next couple days. And make sure to subscribe for more movie reviews in the future. And until next time, once again, my name is the California Cougar. And always remember to stay California cool. And whatever you do, don't watch Dirty Grandpa. Peace out.